Hey, Spencer Stang here. Today, I'm going to focus on the question, why HireScore? If you currently have a process, say you're reviewing resumes, doing a couple of interviews, maybe even throwing in an assessment here and there, what is the advantage to switching to the HireScore methodology or integrating the HireScore methodology with your your current best practices? I'm going to run through a couple of outcomes of interest. So basically, if you were to implement HireScore, what are the outcomes that could occur with your roles that may be of interest to you? And we'll just start with some outcomes of interest. I'm not going to go through all of the bullet points, but I'm going to focus on the top one because for every person we hire, what we attempt to do is track their performance, typically 1 year, 3 year, 5 years on the job and so forth, to get a sense of our overall hit rate. Hit rate is a simple metric where 1 year after somebody's been hired, we ask the question, would you hire this person again, knowing everything you know now? I'll give you a sense of normal is about a 70% hit rate. So with the resume interview approach for a normal job, a year after somebody's been on the job, about 70% of the time people will say, yeah, we'd hire them again. It doesn't mean they're perfect, but they're generally happy with the person they hire. So 70%, that equals about a six out of 20 people are failing to meet that standard. We know with HireScore, if you do everything right, you can get that up to about a 1 in 20 failure rate to 95% success rate, which is a 6 times improvement in your error rate. You have 1 out of 20 instead of 6 out of 20 fail. That is an incredible improvement. And even if the numbers don't hold exactly because your job, say, is more difficult and it goes from a 50% success rate to an 80% success rate, the pattern holds that you can improve your hiring process. And the value of even a small improvement in hiring over decades is tremendous. Some other metrics of interest: dramatic reductions in turnover, 75% for truck drivers. We had one extreme case, over a 400% reduction in turnover in a call center. They were turning over their entire workforce more than 4 times each year. And we got that down to about a 7% turnover rate instead of well over 400%. Dramatic reductions in resignation rates, discipline rates. We know that the resume screening portion of our process is at least 40% more accurate. It's also faster, more fair. We know that the HireScore process is more objective, much more fair to female and minority applicants. We've had great success in filling roles that are traditionally male roles with qualified females. So not lowering the standards, not changing anything about the job, but simply improving the process to make it more objective and more fair for all candidates. We've also found, from a safety perspective, dramatic reductions in injuries requiring hospitalization and workman's comp. So a lot of good metrics. For your job specifically, your metrics of interest may be different. They may be sales related or other outcome measures, but regardless of your focus, HireScore can help you improve in your particular outcomes of interest.